Okay, I have a review for Movavi Video Converter. It's a video and media converter on Windows and Mac. This is the Mac version, version 6, or the equivalent is version 16 on Windows. It's pretty much the same, so if you're a PC user, you can still follow along to this review, and in just a few seconds, I'll mention the differences between the Windows and Mac version, and it isn't much. Okay. This is new version 6.0, also known as 16 on Windows, and I reviewed version 5 last year, so I'll just explain what's new first before I go into the rest of it. On Windows, we now have support in version 16 for NVIDIA NVENC hardware acceleration, which basically uses CUDA cores on your NVIDIA graphics card if you have one. Now, this is something that things have had for a long time, but they took out support for using the NVIDIA CUDA core acceleration in the newer drivers, and it's something that's been gone for a while. So if you had a program such as a video converter that supported CUDA cores, it wouldn't work, at least not if you had the latest drivers installed. Well, this now has updated to the new replacement for CUDA cores, which is NVENC, so now you can take advantage of hardware acceleration with your graphics card, but only on Windows. It doesn't apply to the Mac version. The only other difference on the Mac version is that the menu bar is up here, like in most Mac programs, whereas on Windows it'll be here on the actual main interface. Now, new to both the Windows and Mac version is more format and codec support, such as APNG, but still there isn't support for the most important one, high efficiency video codec, HEVC, also known as H.265, because it's a newer version, a replacement for H.264, which a lot of files used to use and still do, such as MP4s. A lot of them are H.264. A lot of video players, media players, and video converters are now adding support for playback and converting of the new H.265. But even though this new 6.0 of Movavi Video Converter has only recently been released, it still lacks support for opening and converting HEVC. Yet some of its rivals have already added support for that video format and codec. We also have more presets for various devices such as the Samsung Galaxy S6 and more. We have watch folder support, so you can specify a folder where you're going to put files and folders, and it will automatically find them and start converting them to the format of your choice. You can also do video stabilization directly from in the program to reduce and eliminate jitter from footage, such as that taken from handheld cameras. We now have 2-pass encoding. If you want optimal balance between quality and size, you can use 2-pass encoding. You can now save individual frames from any video with a single mouse click, so you can take still images out of videos. It now has improved optimization for multi-core processors that delivers an additional performance gain of up to 20% from the previous version, and there's minor functional and interface improvements. This is the interface. You can add a video, add audio, or add from a DVD from here. You can also add images and convert to a few different image formats. Then you have the watch folder support here, where you specify a folder to monitor, and when it finds new videos, what format would you like it to go to, such as Apple TV.mp4. You can also adjust the settings from here. You can then specify after conversion, do you want it to delete the original files from the folder or move original files to a subfolder? Then do you want a notification to pop up when the conversion is complete or not? You can also view a log from here and start watch mode. Once you add a video or audio format file from your computer here, it'll add to a list here. As you can see, we have one open here, and it tells you the file name, the length of the video, the file size, and what sort of format we want it to go to. As you can see, I've specified Apple TV from the preset drop-down. We can open this up, look at recently used formats, go to devices and say, well, do we want to convert this mostly for playback on, say, a BlackBerry, in which case we can then get to the drop down here and select which type of device we want. We don't have to actually select devices such as iPhones or Xboxes. We can go to video and audio and select more generalized formats such as general video, DVD compatible, 4K Ultra HD, upscale if we want to upscale a standard definition to say HD 720p or 1080p. We can even convert for HTML5 videos if we want to put it on the web. And there's lots and lots of choices here. We also have image formats here, just some very general ones like GIF, JPEG, TIFF, PNG, and the best ones for various social media sites such as Tumblr and DeviantArt. Once we've selected one, we can then specify a destination for it here, or we can click settings and do a little bit more thorough adjustment, such as codec, what's the output frame size, do we want it to have a smart fit up to size? Do we want to specify a preset such as 1080p or 720p from here, or custom and type in the width and height manually? We can also select the quality of the resizing depending upon what we've selected here for the frame size, and what's the type of resize mode. We want it letterbox, stretched, whatever. We have similar sort of things down here such as bitrate. We have profile, which if you're familiar with converting programs, you know what all this is. If you're not, just leave it on default, such as auto. What quality we want? Do we want faster, so it's reasonably fast converting, or do we want it super fast, so there will be a reduction in quality, but it will be very, very fast converting? I tend to leave it on faster, which is the default. But if that isn't high enough quality and you want to spend a bit more time converting, you can up the quality here, and there's lots of options. Encoding type is where we can turn on 2-pass if we want. We also have similar settings here for audio. We can then select to have it progressive download. We can also make it PlayStation Portable compatible here as well. As you can see, we have a logo here that says Super Speed, and it says it up here as well, Super Speed conversion supported. That won't be supported in some codecs. Depending upon how your settings are, this will appear or disappear. But if you have this showing, what that means is, and I have a tab open here, that it's super speed, zero quality loss conversion. Time is the most precious resource for many of us. Who wants to waste it waiting? So basically, it can convert really, really fast without any loss in quality, but that depends upon the codec, etc. Let's take a quick look at preferences. Very standard. You can pick your language here. You can check for updates automatically when you open the program or not. You can send anonymous usage statistics from Movavi. I don't mind this. Send usage statistics from Movavi. I don't mind this. It just helps them see what kind of codecs people are using, etc. the most, to make sure they improve upon that, in future versions, etc. I quite like to leave it on, but some people don't like sending usage statistics to companies. So there is the option to turn it off if you don't like that. Conversion, do you want to overwrite existing files or automatically rename? After conversion, do you want to open the output folder or not? Do you want to play a sound notification, etc.? And then acceleration, do you want to enable the super speed support? If not, you can turn it off there and it will never be used no matter what format you select. Also, if you're on Windows, the CUDA sort of core support I just mentioned that's been added, that will be here to tick or disable, depending upon if you want to use your graphics card or not. But that, of course, will only apply if you have an NVIDIA graphics card. Now, from the menu bar, there isn't a lot to see here. It's pretty standard things such as open video, open audio, open DVD, which is all found here. There's edit menu, pretty standard. Convert, what do you want to do after conversions here, which is quite handy if you want to shut down the computer if you're leaving it overnight. Playback, settings, window, it's all standard. Now, if we select here, if we select which one we want to edit, we can go here. We can transform the video. We can rotate and flip. We can crop the video and we can maintain aspect ratio or not. And if we do, we can select from a preset. Let's cancel that. Then we can add a text watermark or an image watermark. We can adjust the brightness, contrast, hue, saturation. We can do auto contrast, magic enhance, or auto white balance from here as well. This is where you can get to stabilize the video if you need to. Then we have normalize volume from here, and we can adjust the volume bar. So it does have some actual video editing capabilities, including watermark support, and we can hide the player from here. And we can do that for each individual video in the list. If we want this to automatically add it to iTunes once the conversion is finished, we can tick down here. And that's pretty much it. It's very straightforward. What do I like though, and what do I not like about this program? There is two things I don't like about it, and one thing I particularly like about it. The thing I don't like about it is that it doesn't support HEVC, which I mentioned earlier. There's no H.265 video codec support, and more videos are using it. So what if you have a video that's H.265, aka HEVC, and you want to convert it to playback on a device that doesn't support it, such as the Apple TV box or a smartphone? Well, you can't, because you can't open the H.265 video and then convert it to, say, H.264. It won't even, if you open it, it will say down here, unsupported format. And many media players have already added support for HEVC, including free media players such as VLC and Mac Media Player, yet this doesn't support it. And it's not because it's a converter. Its main rival, and I'm not going to name it here, but I have reviewed it previously, their main rival, or at least what I consider a main rival, which begins with W, and that's all I'm saying, they support HEVC. They added in a free update a little while ago, and it will open it and it will convert it fine. So yeah, even though that has had it for a little while now, this new version that's only just come out of Movavi still doesn't support it, which is a real pity. I thought it would. The other feature, which isn't a deal breaker, but a feature that their rival has that I would really like to see built into Movavi Video Converter, is metadata support. And what I mean by that is some programs, including their rival one, will have it so you can hit edit or whatever, then you can specify the name of the movie or TV series if you're making a backup of, say, your DVDs, or you've converting one you downloaded from a legitimate source, may I say, and then got to play it back on a different device, whatever you're doing. You can specify the name of the movie or the TV series name and its number, such as season 1, episode 3 or whatever, and hit search, and it will find it from a online database, and it will put the file name as whatever it is. It will put the description in with the file, and it will change the thumbnail to the poster. And I quite like that. I think it's quite a handy little feature to have sometimes. And I was hoping maybe this new one would add it, because their rival has had it for a little while, but it doesn't. So does that mean I wouldn't recommend this program? No, because what it has is something very, very important. It has speed. This is by far the fastest video converter I've ever used on either Windows or Mac. I have tried so many video converters, and so many are just very, very slow. It doesn't seem to matter how good your computer is, what spec you got. So many just seem to take a long time to convert a reasonable size video, such as, say, an AVI that's an hour and a half or whatever. It's an MKV, but AVIs especially tend to be slow to convert, and this isn't. Even AVIs are pretty fast to convert, and that's great, because that is the thing I really care about probably the most, really, on a video converter, is speed. I want to quite quickly convert a video, especially if, say, you're converting a DVD or whatever to play back as a video format on a different device. You don't want to wait around for 3-4 hours or whatever. You want it to be quick, and this is quick. It converts with good quality in quite a short space of time. It's the fastest one I've used, but it lacks features. It lacks metadata and poster downloading and support. You don't have that like its rival. So it lacks features, but where it lacks in features, it makes up for in speed. So it depends, what do you care about most? Do you want a video converter that is the fastest you can get, or do you want one which maybe is a little slower but has tons and tons and tons of features and settings? You can download both for Windows and Mac a trial of Video Converter, so I would recommend you do that. I'll put a link in the description. I recommend you download a trial and check out its interface and settings and things like that for yourself before you make up your mind. But I do recommend it for speed, but not features. If you want features, there's another one I've reviewed previously. That company name begins with W, and I'm sure you can find it on my YouTube channel. It's full of features. It has great support for video codecs, but it doesn't really quite come up to the speed of Movavi Video Converter. So basically, that's my recommendation. If you want speed, go Movavi Video Converter. If you want as many features as possible but don't care as much about speed, then there are others. So thanks for watching. Please like, and comment on this video, and if you could do me a huge favor and subscribe. It'll only take you a few seconds and will help me out a lot. Thanks.